Okay, you might be able to hear me now. Grievous. Oh, I thought that was so hilarious. I had the plants. I was showing you the flowers. I thought I was going to be a bit late starting because my lovely neighbour Colleen just dropped those gorgeous flowers in for me. And I was muted the whole time. That's awesome. Well done. Great production values as always. It's not the Shxtty Kxtty Kxtchen because there's an angry cat here or because we cook cat. It's the production values. How's everyone's Sunday been? Aren't they beautiful flowers under the bus tour? Now you know me because you know my name. Oh, actually it's on the screen. Under the bus tour. It's a cool name. Who were you? I can't tell what your icon is. Is that a Diane icon? So I hope everyone's had well, I can tell I know you because you know my name. Is that a little Diane icon? Well, good to see you here under the bus tour. It's not going to be a long live because we're just making, I was going to show everyone how to make Ra El Hanu, which is like a spice mix, but most of the spices you'd put in Ra El Hanu are already in this dish, so we'll do it another day. You'll be right back. Groovy. But yeah, tonight we're making Yotam Ottolenghi's spicy Moroccan carrot salad, and you can eat this either cold or hot. I'm actually going to do it with some lamb loin chops, and it's out of his book Plenty. We're slowly cooking the book. Hi Veruca, how you doing? So we're up to page 14. Now I already know I'm not going to be doing the next one. It's beetroot, orange and black olive salad. Me no likey beetroot, me no likey black olive, so we'll be skipping that one. But we're going to be making a spicy Moroccan carrot salad, and there isn't a photo in this book. So I Googled and found a photo. That's what my icon is. How's everyone's weekend been? But like I said, it won't be a very long live. I've got my camera set up, which is sort of silly because I do have to do some cooking and stuff over there. Also, cheers to everyone. I had to cook with some red wine last night, so I poured myself a little cheeky Sunday night beverage. Oh, you hate olives too. Yeah, I'm not a fan, so beetroot, olives, not really things that I'm interested in. But we are going to be doing this salad. It's pretty easy. I think. I've never made it before. We're cooking the book. So what I did work out, though, is I can do this tonight. Oh, look at that, guys. A bit of bench top action. Now, if you were using, like, normal-sized carrots, one way you can do this salad is to chop them in rounds, but try to keep them all around the same size. Or you could do, they call it tubular, where you can sort of cut the carrots lengthways and then make them all sort of consistent sizes. But I've got these beautiful baby carrots, so I'm actually just going to be cooking mine whole rather than cutting them up. But if you were using like a standard domestic carrot, then you could either chop it up into the rounds, or you could do it in little sort of, you know, like cut through the carrot and then that way like quarter it up or whatever. Totally up to you, but we're going whole. I have given them a bit of a scrub, but I leave the little green bits on because I think they're pretty. It's also cool finger food if you want, because this is going to have a really yummy yogurt dipping sauce with it. So you could actually just leave them on and dip them in, but we're just going to do them with the sauce and some lamb chops. These came from another market. They weren't from the farmer's market we went to. Oh, there's probably a few in here that were left over from the farmer's market, but no, there's another market that's 7 days a week just near where I live, and I got them from there. It's all local producers. So we're doing the pretty little baby carrots. Now what I've done is I've popped them into pretty much just covered them with some salted water. Isn't it pretty? Food, even before it's cooked, so pretty. There's about 1 kilo of carrots, and we're just going to bring this to the boil and then let them simmer for about 10 minutes. But we do want them to be nice and crunchy still. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is whack these little babies on. get them up to the boil. I'll get the colander out for later. Carrots are very good for you. And if you have kids that don't like carrots, this may not be the dish to teach them to like carrots because it does have chili in it as well. But it sounds absolutely delicious. So in the meantime, let's get some of the other things ready. Bit of chopping going on. First up, we're going to chop up a brown onion. Chop it finely. I'll actually get a different chopping board. Now, it is Sunday night cooking, so any shortcuts are encouraged by me. I'll just remove the skin of the onion and then I'm going to show you a shortcut for people that don't like chopping up onions. What's everyone been up to? It's been Mother's Day, so I imagine some of you have been busy with that. I'm not a mother and I don't have one, so Mother's Day is a bit of a dud for me. But then Colleen brought those beautiful flowers down and I said, oh, did my cat Sunny tell you to buy them for me? Is that my Mother's Day present? So I've just taken the skin off the onion. And then, like I said, Sunday night, I don't mind chopping up onions, but this little gadget is an absolute ripper. For those of you who don't like chopping onions, this is a little Tupperware thing. Camera is now down, Veruca. You're getting the action shot. I didn't think you needed to see me peel the onion, but this little thing, I don't know what it's called, but it's almost like a little, does it have a name on the back? It's almost like a little kitchen lawnmower. It's got an unbelievably sharp blade in it. And what you do with your onion, is just chop it up a little bit. I usually do like half an onion at a time. Hey, Mel. Happy Mother's Day and happy Grandmother's Day to you. Oh, happy Fur Mummy Day. Thank you. Check this little groover out. Ready, everybody? It's like a little lawnmower. My kid is not a furry. She's a fluffy. And look at that, guys. Perfectly finely chopped onion. Amazeballs. So like I said, if you're not a fan of chopping onion, check out this little Tupperware. Aussie as fuck. Hello. You've got one, but you just moved the lid. Oh, you don't have the little rever thing. Start up your engines. So for those of you just joining us, we're making a Moroccan carrot salad, but not ideal if you're trying to get your kids to eat more veggies because there is chili in it. They're not going to like. So we'll just get this other half of the onion chopped up. How was your Mother's Day, Aussie as fuck? You're listening and doing stuff? Well, that's the best way to be. Now, I have got a bigger version of this, but I've never used it. Ever. It's in my hall cupboard. We've got a community giveaway page, and I think I might put it up on that. And the way it works is people that are interested put their names down, and then you put them all in a bowl and draw out the name. You shared out that I'm cooking meat. Yes, there's lamb tonight. Beautiful loin chops. That's what we're cooking with it. So I'm having 2 for dinner and then I'm keeping one. Tomorrow I'll have one with some more of the carrot for lunch. Now I'm cooking 1 kilo of carrots, which is quite a lot for one person, but I love carrots and this is a beautiful dish, hot or cold. Any leftover ones, you could use them to like do mashed carrots, chuck a potato in and you could mash them up like that. You could chuck them into a vegetable soup. If you've got enough left over, why not make a carrot soup? All kinds of options. Start your engines, everybody. All right, so there's your finely chopped onion. Thank you, Tupperware. What did I use last week? I had something that was Tupperware. I promise you I'm not a rep for Tupperware. I'm not sponsored by them. I think I had some other Tupperware gadget. Oh, I had the, when I made the quiche, I had a Tupperware baking mat thing. You've never made lamb? Well, Veruca, it's pretty boring. I'm putting it, in Australia we call it a grill. I think you guys call it a broiler, is it? So there's not going to be any action shots. Normally I'd cook them out on the Barbie, but it's a bit tricky when I'm live, unless I do everything on the Barbie, which I couldn't do, especially with Sunny as well. So they're just going to go, I think you guys call what we call a grill. It's a little bit in your oven, this bit here, in there. So you put them on a rack and cook away. So there won't be a lot of action shots, I'm afraid. You freaking love, that's how your vibrator starts. Well, of course, a broiler, yes. Well, Veruca, I'm sorry, I don't have a cameraman, and last time I had the camera over there and then people were saying they said hi to me in chat and I didn't say hi because I couldn't see I was actually filming from my phone and my phone was pointed at the stove. So I missed a lot of comments. So this time I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it this way. And I set it all up and then I was like, well, there's going to be some cooking action, but I can bring things over and show them to you. But I am literally just putting them in the grill. That's just the way it's going to be, I'm afraid. If you need a co-pilot. I can't, I'm all set. Like I'm using my camera now. This is all a permanent rig for this. Hang on. It's a permanent rig this evening. I'm not going to be moving things around the kitchen. But you can come up and say good day if you want to, Mel. Punish Dad. Hi, Ruth. But yeah, I can't win with my cooking. I can't win. If I just show my bench, everyone's like, where's your face? If I just show my face, everyone's like, I want to see the bench. If I show the stovetop, I can't read the It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to need a cameraman. There's no other way around it. Or a camera chick. I don't actually take the temperature of my lamb. I actually like it medium. I should probably prefer it rare, to be honest, but in the griller, I like it to get really crunchy, and I don't like fat, but the bits of the loin chop, these bits here, when they get all crunchy is when they're ready to go. This bit, the tail, when that bit's all yummy and crunchy, that's when Tori eaty. You want to see the beach? Hi, Deb. I need sponsorship on my apron. Well, actually, I've got a 10 Lives apron. I nearly put it on today for something different, and that's got 10 Lives on it, but I'm not sponsored by them, obviously, but Sunny approves. Vegetarian lamb. I know, the hashtag is just for the carrots. So if you are vegetarian and you're just doing this as a vegetable dish, it's a great dish to have with a couple of others, like if you're doing a banquet. Yotam suggests it's really good with a pilaf that he makes, which is made with freekeh, which I love, but it's quite hard to get it. So you could just do like a rice one. And then there's another rice dish as well. So you could do like the carrots and beans and then the freekeh or the rice dish. But tonight I'm just doing them with some loin chops. You have a McDonald's apron. You're getting your annual Chinese. Not annual. Don't you get a biannual? Happy birthday to you. And look at me, I'm having a cheeky little red as well. All right, so our carrots are slowly coming to the boil, and once they're boiling, we're going to simmer them for about 10 minutes. I'm going to continue to make all the other stuff. Now we're going to put the camera back down. Action shot for Veruca. Now you can see my mouse. Last time I had someone going, what's the red thing? I was like, it's just a mouse. It's all right. So we're putting shitloads of garlic. 3 cloves, in fact. You're twice a year Chinese. I could dump a pot plant on the floor, leave the sink running, and call it a beach. I could. Look, we're just, tonight the camera, I'm mixing things up a little. I don't want to be predictable. I want you to be like, oh, wow, today we only saw this. Now what I'm actually going to do is get a bigger bowl. We need a bigger bowl. Wait a minute, where's my bowl? No. So I'm going to put the onion in here because the garlic's going to go in here as well. This is all stuff that we're going to cook with the carrots a little bit later. Okay. Now I'm going to add the 3 roots of garlic. Yeah, I could put some sand down my cocoa. It would be a wrap. We only use shitloads of garlic. It's a standard measure in this house. How do you clean your hands after the garlic to remove the smell? I just wash them. But I love garlic, so I don't, to be honest. I mean, I cook a lot and I wash my hands a lot when I'm cooking. I've never noticed my hands smelling like garlic. So that's a good question, but I just use like a kitchen soap and just wash my hands with that. Maybe someone in chat can answer that question, Veruca. Does any? Because to be honest, I've never noticed having a garlic sort of smell on my hands. But even if I did, because I love garlic so much, it wouldn't bother me. Hey, Nada. It's after midnight for me, which is way past my bedtime. Hello, gorgeous. We're just doing Yotam Ottolenghi's spiced Moroccan carrot salad and some lamb chops. Traces has smelly garlic hands. Well, maybe I do. I don't think I do. I've never, after cooking dinner, and I always use a lot of garlic, I've never gone, oh, poo, what's that? So rubbing fresh parsley, there's a good tip from Mel. Oh, no, this is a easy way to get the skin off of garlic too. Just trim the ends off it. And then you just get your knife and press down, crush it a little bit. Out she pops. Oops. And that one's already minus its skin. When I eat garlic, I can smell it on my skin for days. You might just have that kind of skin and body. I don't know. There's a guy that I know that used to get like the most intense garlic breath. And nobody else ever did in our group, but he did. But maybe he just had garlic breath all the time. I don't know. Wash in cold water for garlic. The heat makes it go in. Ah, there you go. Another tip from Ruth. So we're just crushing the garlic and adding that to the onion. Because a bit later on we're going to be frying up the carrots with a shitload of spices. Try put soap on hands and run them on the stainless steel of your sink. Well, oh, Nada, what a great tip. It catches you when you're eating a sandwich, probably. That's a great tip. Put soap on your hands and do it on this. There you go, Veruca. Try that one too. All the washing in cold water, all the parsley. You've got lots of good ideas. Laura just hit 10K. Laura. Wow. That's a bit of a milestone in the YouTube world, isn't it? Don't you suddenly get, like, she could do one of those fundraising things that Molly Go Lightly did. This, I hate this garlic press. I so want the other one I had. I loved it. This is nowhere near as good. It's still the best of a lot of bad bunches. I've tried so many different ones. It's the best one I've got so far, but it's still a nightmare. Wow, well, 10K, that's pretty amazing. Well done, Lura. She gets a YouTube manager. Holy shit. What does that provide? Someone actually gives her tips. Wow, that's pretty awesome. I've got to start watching all the little videos and things I can access now that I've got to 1,000. It's unbelievable. You suddenly have all this help, but I'm going to actually watch them and follow their advice and watch my little channel grow. It's now becoming a bit of a social experiment for me, so yeah. Now I'm going to start putting together. She did it by dragging Wendy today. Oh, well. I would tell a YouTube manager to go shove it. Well, yeah, imagine if you got a dickhead one. So there's your onion and garlic chopped up, looking absolutely pretty. We've still got some other things we're going to cut up, including chilies and all sorts of stuff. So I might just get another bowl. And we'll start chopping up some other bits and pieces. Someone who helps with questions, problems. Hey, Carolina, how you doing? There's a stainless steel bar shaped like a soap bar that you can keep at the sink that you can wash your hands with. Yeah, we've got ones here that have actually got soap. They're actually scourer pads, but they've got soap inside them and it's like steel wool on the outside. Is it something similar to that? You've got lots of suggestions there, Veruca, so hopefully you won't have any, any issues from now on in with your garlic. Alrighty. Next up, a spring onion. Now, what do you guys call these? Do you have a different name for these? You call them shallots, even though we call little brown onions shallots. I'm going to wash my face with steel wool. Ouch. That wouldn't be much fun. Punish Dad, you're in a cheeky mood today. Shallots. Okay, well, we call them spring onions because there's little brown onions that are really sweet, and we call them shallots. That's the French, what the French say is a shallot, is these little brown onions. But we're going to chop one of these little mothers up, and I love a spring onion, and I'm chopping up the green bits too. I don't like this one. This is something to save. If you're going to make like a stock or something, I'll pop them in that. But I do like the green bits. Yeah, shallots are the little brown ones, exactly. Okay, does someone want to be my timer in chat? Because it sounds like the carrots are now boiling and they need to be turned down to a simmer for 10 minutes or until they're tender. So, hey Google, can you set a timer for 8 minutes? Hey Google, set a timer for 8 minutes.
8 minutes, and that's starting now.
Thank you. So I'm just putting the carrots down now they've come to the boil to a simmer. I've only gone for 8 minutes because I like them pretty crunchy. So we're going to see what they're like after 8. Next up, we've got chilies. Now, you guys call what we call capsicum, you call them chili. No, peppers. Peppers. So, yeah, my Google's an asshole. So this is what we would call a green chili. So it's not as hot as the reds. I love the green chilies. I can eat these raw. They're beautiful. Put the roots in a cup of water for the spring onions. Yes. So this is a little trick that I learned in Vietnam with chili. And yes, we are putting all three in. Now, just putting all these scraps are going over here in my compost bowl. With a chili, without cutting the ends off, one way if you want to de-seed them, you just roll them in between your hands and then you cut the ends off and one end off and you shake it and they all fall out. Well, these aren't a jalapeno. These are a green chili. Jalapenos in Australia are like this big, this long, and they're twice as fat. So they're chubbier, but they're only short, whereas this one's a long chili. Faruka just busted you. I just told Google to hoover my haul. Never does what I tell it. Faruka just busted me and Laura's. Oh, did you go in there to congratulate Laura? Exactly. That's what we should be doing. That's what my new little series is all about, is celebrating the goodness of creators. And I'm not on any sides. Like, I want to highlight, but they've got to be characters of YouTube. Now, if they're not, I'm just getting rid of the seeds at the moment, Groovers. Actually, let me get a bowl because Veruca likes action shots. But now I'm going to have so much washing up to do. If they're not like funny or if they used to be interesting creators, I'm quite happy to highlight what they used to be like. But if they're just like drama, bitchy channels and there's nothing sort of other else that they're doing, they're not characters to me. You've got 2 devices going. You never left. Good work. Yeah, the side thing shits me too. So I will be doing people from all over YouTube, people that you may not have, some of you guys may not have even ever heard of, because I did mention a while back that I wanted to start showcasing some of the channels that I watch that I love. So you might discover some new gems as well. I hope you appreciate this action shot. Is it hot, the chili? No, these aren't really that hot. That's why I said I can eat these ones raw. They're not hot like the red ones. But here's another little thing. When you're taking seeds out of chilies, there's a bit of a thing that the seeds are what makes them really hot, but it's not. It's actually this bit. It's the pith. That's the part. Now, for me, normally, I would have just chopped them up, seeds and all, and popped them in. But because this is a carrot salad, I'm going to try and make it as pretty as I can. I'm very rustic in my cooking. But with Yotam, I also like to sort of stick to his recipe as best I can. So on this occasion, actually, I've just got to get my other knife. Now let's rub your eyes. I know. Sweet dreams to you, Nada. There's a lot of scum on YouTube. There sure is. You can watch it in the morning, gorgeous. Yeah, punish Dad, you cut up some chili and go pee and not wash your hands. You only got to do it once to remember to never do it again. Sweet dreams, beautiful Nada. Good, thanks for popping in. Good to see you. So now I'm just going to give them a rough but sort of fine-ish chop. but you don't have to be too precious. And I kind of like the chili circles. Like, I like the chili when it looks like that in a dish. I think it's pretty. So don't go too nutso, but it's entirely up to you. If you don't like chili, well, you wouldn't even put it in a dish. But if you don't like a lot, just use one and chop it up super fine so it's sort of throughout the whole dish. It's entirely up to you. Do what works for you, Grooveroonies. Now the carrots are just happily simmering away. Just giving them a little bit of a, well, you can't see this now because the camera's down, but just giving them a stir with my cooking chopstick. My favourite thing in the kitchen. Well, there's a lot of favourite things in the kitchen, but that's a good one. You blasted yourself in the face with jalapeno juice at McDonald's. No way. You've just reminded me to wash my hands. Don't need no chili in the eye right about now. Now, other than that, that's all the chopping we've got to do. Everything else that's going to be going in is into the carrots are spices. I could just make up the little spice mix now if you like. So when it comes to cooking, we can just chuck it all in because they all go in together. So let's maybe mix up all of our spices. So these are our beautiful, that's making me, I've actually need a sip of my wine. I've got a bit of a chili kick in the back of my throat. It's yum. All right, Ski. So now we're going to show you all the spices that are going to go in with the carrots. And you're about to discover why this is absolute porn. I'm hoping anyway. I've never made it before. First up, we're going to put 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. Your pepper spray, good one. Love it, you did. Now, ground cloves. I don't have ground cloves, so we're going to do a bit of clove grinding. Actually, first, I do need, hey Google, stop. Where's my baby tongs? Here they are. They're perfect. Have those carrots off. So they're perfect. They're tender, but they're crunchy. So I've got my little colander in the sink, and I'm just going to drain them off. Yum, both. Oh, they smell so good. And I'm going to put this frying pan over on the hot element. So we've got some frying to do. Hi, Sunny. Hey, gorgeous. My little sous chef has arrived. So, yeah, the carrots, they're firm still, but they're tender as well. They've got a bit of a crunch to them still. Oh, you have a grinder like this? Awesome, I love it. Hey, Val. I dropped your link on Laura's crime channel. We just hit, yeah, I just heard the news. I'm going to have to send her a message. That's awesome. 10K is amazing. Amazing. All right. So I'll just finish getting these spices together because we're going to do, I'm heating up the frying pan at the moment. We're going to do a bit of a fry up. So I'm just going to put all of these spices together and then I'll be back for more chitty chat. So far we've got 1/8 of a Sorry, it's actually a quarter of a teaspoon of ground ginger, so I've got to put another quarter. It's an eighth of the cloves. Oh, shit, how am I going to... These things aren't going to grind. Sorry, so it's a quarter of a teaspoon of ground ginger. Now, I do need to grind some coriander seeds as well, so hopefully between the two of them. God, an eighth of cloves is fuck all. That's massive though. Well done on 10,000. I'm just putting some cloves, they're whole cloves. That's what they look like. Into my little grinder. I'm going to grind up some clovies, and I've also got to grind up half a teaspoon of coriander, but I'm actually going to grind up some coriander seeds because I don't buy the ground coriander, I just do the seeds, all fresh. And I'll just check if there's anything else I need to grind while we're here. No, everything else is good to go. The trick with these coffee bean grinders is I wipe it out with a paper towel with it when it's had coffee in it, because I like a bit of coffee flavour through things as well. But likewise, I don't wash this like crazy. I wipe it out because I like all the different spices in my coffee as well. And the other thing is, because there's not a huge quantity in there, you just press it and then let it go, and it chops it up when they all fall back down. Hear that crunchy bit? Hey, Blue. Yeah, the carrots are good, don't they? So that's sort of the blend we're getting at the moment. It's not going to be powdery, but I don't care. Like, I'm not doing this to make it powdery, just breaking it up a bit. So that's going to go in our little spice mix. Then we're also going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. You do need to. Why do you get sticky residue? Is that how you chop up your pot or something? So 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're putting in a half, and then a quarter. What have we got? We've got the cloves, the ginger, the coriander seeds, the cinnamon, and a teaspoon of sweet paprika. I make a lot of stuff with paprika. So a teaspoon of that, and that's also going to add, already the carrots are beautiful, organic-y farmers market carrots, but that's going to add another element of colour. And lastly, some ground cumin. And we want a teaspoon of that. Cumin's my favourite. Oh, I love it. Love it. It smells a bit like BO, but oh my God, it's amazing. So I've got a little whisk, mini whisk. Just going to mix up these beautiful spices. And then I'm going to be popping over to the oven. Yeah, paprika's beautiful, isn't it? Hi, Grandma Ducky. Mel sent me here. She said, check out this Chef Boyardee. I get that joke because I remember Chef Boyardee from when I was in the States. Okay, Sunny's decided to go back to eating some food right while I'm cooking. That's all right, baby girl. You can do that. She was so cute today with my sister, and yesterday my sister stayed the night, like played with her and chasies and so on. It was absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, what the fuck am I doing? I'm putting some oil. 80 mils, that's a lot of oil. Okay. So it's 4 tablespoons. Now, sorry, Veruca, but you're just going to have to pitch your carrots in a frying pan been cooked with some spices and so on. But first up, we're putting our onion and garlic in the oil. God, that smells good. There's nothing really better than that. I'm also going to start heating up the grill for the chops. The lamb chops. I'm going to start putting them in too. I'll be sitting watching dinner in 30 minutes at this rate. You could sell this mix for people to take to restaurants which under spice and flavour, add your own. You know, I used to want to have, hey, Stacey Marie, I think you've been probably come from Laura's. Were you celebrating the 10,000? That's very exciting. I'll have to do a little congrats for her. Yeah, you do want smelly vision because this smells unbelievable. Now, weirdly, Yotam says to saute the onion and the garlic for 12 minutes, which is kind of weird. I've never sauteed onion for 12 minutes. But they need to be soft and slightly brown. So that might be the 12 minutes just to get a bit of browning action happening. I don't know. But it seems like a long time. But anyway. We wanted them to at least get to when they're... I never question Yotam, like, even though I would do things a certain way. His rice dishes, I learned this from him. And, like, he cooks a lot with basmati rice. He actually soaks it for 2 hours before he cooks it. And I was like... Why don't you just cook it? The difference in it, the fluffiness of the rice is unbelievable. So, yeah, I've learned a lot from doing things his way. And he's the world-famous cook with world-famous restaurants, not me. Oh, are you talking crabbies? Yeah, Mel will help you out, Grandma Jackie. We want you to go live. So I may have gotten a bit excited about the grill going on. Or what you guys call a broiler. But you won't be getting any action shots because I won't be able to put my camera into the grill. But yeah, I'm torn. I need to either get a cameraman or stop doing cooking because every time I try a different one, people are like, no, we want it. So I need 3 cameras and 2 different people holding them to get the right thing. So like last time I missed comments in chat and I got messages saying, I said hi to you and you didn't say hi back. It's like I couldn't see my phone because it was pointing at the stovetop. One time I had everything, I was just cooking everything on the bench and it was like, where's your face? Another time I just had my face and not a lot of, I don't know what to do. You guys will have to, if you can come up with a solution. Thanks, Blue. An improv. I might do rather than an improv of how the chops look, I might do an interpretive dance. What do you reckon? You'll be a cameraman, Punish Dad. Well, the thing is, this isn't a professional show, is it? Like, it's just someone live on YouTube chatting while they're cooking dinner, really. I'll just bum it on the beach and you can come fish me up when you need something filmed. Well, that would be a good lifestyle, wouldn't it? See, this onion's already browning slightly to me, so... I want to get on with this because I'm trying to show you how friggin' easy it is. So easy. And the smell-o-vision is incredible. It is, the onion's just starting to go brown a little bit. There's a tiny bit of brown happening on some of the onion, but it doesn't even show up on the screen. So you just have to take my word for it. You know it's going brown, don't you, Sunny? Sunny's my sous chef this evening. She's letting me hold her now without trying to rip my face off. Thank you, Deb. Listen, everybody, what Deb said. Everything you do is great, so stop stressing, and it's perfect any way you do it. Oh, there's no stress, Deb. There's no stress. I'm just doing it the way I do. I just don't know how to please everyone. Did you see Sunny's tail? I could pick her up. I've got time to pick her up and then wash my hands, but she's still eating her dinner at the moment, so I'm not going anywhere near her. Never pick up an eating cat. Actually, if I put the camera down... Oh, no, she's where those two cupboards are, she's down the bottom of there. We love your lives or we wouldn't be here. Thank you, Grandma Ducky. Judgment-free zone. Correct. Like, I get it. I'd like to show people stuff, but I don't have the capacity to show... Like, it's either bench action and some chat and a glass of vino, or it's full-on cooking action and me not being able to read chat. I prefer being able to read chat, to be honest. Cheers. This is one of my favourite South Australian reds. I had to put some red wine. I did a Moroccan cottage pie for my sister for dinner last night, like a really spicy mince meat base and then mashed potato on top with sour cream through it. Oh, my God, it's so lush. And then it gets served with fresh mint. But it needs a cup of red wine in it. So, salute. Cheers. Thank you, Ruth. Oh, and feel hungry. Well, you'd feel hungry if you were here right now because it smells incredible. It's interesting that he said to saute it for 12 minutes because it is starting to brown a little bit. That is actually how long it takes to get the onions without them burning to go a little bit brown. So it's probably going to add like a bit of a nutty flavour to the carrots. What does he say? There are countless variations on this gutsy salad, all incorporating sweet spices, fresh herbs and some sort of lemony kick. My version is intense and will go well as one component in a feast of Middle Eastern salads or just to accompany fried fish. You can serve it warm as well as cold, with frika pilaf, for instance. In fact, what I'm going to do, the next one, I'm not going to turn the page and make the next salad. The next time I go live next Sunday with the Yotam cooking stuff, I'm going to make a pilaf. Even though it's at the back of his book, I thought it'd be fun to do that because it's nothing better than a rice pilaf because you can do all different, you can stir like tuna and some salady things through it and have like a tuna rice salad. You can eat it as it is. You can cook it with proteins. You can do some tofu or just do veggies. There's so much you can do with it. You were hungry till you found out we're eating a baby lamb. We're only eating a little bit of it. Just these little bits. Hey, Francesca. So speaking of, I might... No, what I might do, I'll get the carrots on. Then I'm going to put the lamb on, and then I need to make a yogurt sauce that goes with it. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. But the onion is actually, can you see there's bits of brown now through it? Not a lot, but there's a little bit. So he says till it starts to turn brown, slightly brown. So it's slightly brown now, which means I'm going to add all the other stuffs. First up, we're going to add the spring onion and I'll leave this down for the minute. We're going to add the spring onion and the green chilies. This is when the flavours will go crazy, the aromas in my house. Next up, we're going to add the spice mix and just running through that again. It's got ground cloves, ground ginger, ground coriander, ground cinnamon, paprika, sweet paprika, not smoky, but it wouldn't really matter. Cumin, that's all going in as well to this onion mix. God, it smells amazing in here. And I'll do a little action shot for the people that like the action shots. So this is what it looks like now. We've got all the spices going in. We've got the spring onion, the onion, and the chili all mixing through. It smells unbelievable, guys. Holy shit. It smells so good. Now we're going to add a bit of liquid to it. We're going to put in a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. Oh. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Just give me a moment. Yes, sorry, we're adding a tablespoon of white wine vinegar. So that's also going to just deglaze the pan a little bit. I'll bring it back over and show you over here. So just mix it all through, and then we're going to chuck the carrots in too. This kilo of beautiful, slightly crunchy, slightly tender carrots. I'm going to put them over here and give them a really good flip. Flipping hell. Rather than doing it there and having crap flying all over my laptop, give me a sec. All right, bring it back so you can see now it's a bit more mixed through. Holy shit, this smells so good, guys. I'm going to put the lamb chops on. And we take that off the heat. Sorry, what I might do is take it off the heat, but I'll also season it for you guys. So you want to season it with salt, not pepper, just beautiful sea salt. This is the best sea salt in the world, and yes, I am biased, but this salt is so good. They even use it on MasterChef. It's amazing. It's from Taswegia. Francesca, I'm cooking for 87. 87 peeps are coming for dinner. No, what I was saying at the beginning, I'm actually going to flip that out and get a pair of tongs. Oh no, I can't find my tongs on that quickly, so I'm just going to do it like a tossed salad, just toss it through a bit. No, so like I said at the start, I'm doing the recipe true to his recipe, so it is a kilo of carrots, but I'm literally just having them with the lamb tonight. I'm not having any other veggies. He says it's also beautiful just to have them with a piece of fish. And then I will have it again for lunch tomorrow. And if I've still got any left over, I'll either use whatever's left over in a mash with a potato, like I'll do a carrot potato mash, or I would throw them into like a veggie soup, or if there's enough left over, I'd even make a little carrot soup. So you can do lots of things with them, but I just decided to cook the book and do his recipe. So I'm going to pop the lamb in the gorilla, or the broiler as some of you would say. 3 beautiful lamb chops if you like eating meat. If you don't, I'm sorry, but part of this dinner is vegetarian. I had to cook meat tonight or Mel would have never, ever, ever come back. So, yeah. What I'm going to do, the last thing I just want to do is zest a lemon. Where's my zester gone? Oh, where can my zester be? So, a beautiful little lemon. This is a store-bought one. It's not from my sister's tree. That's why it looks so pretty. Were you timed out, Mel? How come? Deb, I can't do the link for the cookbook. Someone in chat might be able to, but it's Yotam Ottolenghi Plenty. But trust me, once you get plenty, then you'll need to get plenty more. Then you'll need to get simple. Then you'll need to get Jerusalem. Then you'll need to get sweet. Then you'll get Nopi. Then you'll get at home. You'll get all of them. But it's Yotam. Then there's a link. There's a reference to it in the description of the video on YouTube underneath. It says Yotam Ottolenghi Plenty. And if you go onto a website like Booktopia, you should get it for a decent thing. So I'm just zesting 1 lemon. Now, if you have, you're giving me shit, Blue. If you happen to have preserved lemon in your fridge, which some people do, but many don't, just put lemon zest in. Yeah, awesome, Deb. Or just flick me a message on Messenger and I'll send you a link to Booktopia. And I don't know where you buy your books online, but Booktopia is usually pretty good value. So the lemon I'm actually adding to the carrots now as well. I'm actually just sprinkling them on. I'm not going to stir them through. They're just going to be sitting on top like a little pretty garnish. I need to get the yogurt. I thought we made a yogurt dressing, but we're not. We're actually just piling it all on the plate in one big happy blob. So that's good to know. And then I'll get my little Bruno. This is my buddy Bruno. He's he's my fresh herb vase. Now I have grown fresh herbs in him, but I also sometimes when I buy bunches of herbs, they just end up in here. This is his little hairdo. You can give him a little hair elastic and give him a little bun, little man bun. This is Bruno, Luigi, Mario. But he's currently wearing coriander and parsley. So I'm going to chop some coriander up and also some parsley as well for a bit of a... Is Booktopia international? I think I don't know. Have a look. I'm not sure. I was going to say I think they are, but I honestly don't know. I've got a feeling they are. Now, I was going to chop up coriander and parsley, but no, I've just looked at the recipe and no, this recipe is just coriander because I was going to make the pilaf tonight as well, but I needed to use the same things on the oven and the same pots and everything, and it was just going to be a pain in the bum. So I'm going to make it in a completely separate live. But you need about 40 grams. I love herbs. I don't measure herbs. If it says a handful or half a cup or whatever, I mean, that's well more than 40 grams, but I'm bang up for all the herbs. Just going to check the chopperinis. Thank you, Ruth. Just going to turn the chopperinis over once. So we're just going to get some coriander. Now I'm going to keep, they say to keep a few leaves for garnish, but I chop all my coriander up. I love coriander, but the leaves, the texture of them grosses me out. And when you chop the crap out of coriander, the flavour profile changes really quickly. You can still tell it's coriander, but it's not. Now, some of you guys would know this is cilantro. Nice modding, Mel. Oh, did I miss, what did Mel do? But thank you, Ruth, and thank you, Mel, whatever you spotted or did. You're both awesome. And I chop the crap out and keep a little bowl of the chopped coriander in the fridge because I'm going to have some more tomorrow, so I'll have some fresh coriander left over. But if you want to, just keep a couple of leaves and you can garnish the top of your carrots the whole way along. Posty, see, my mods work hard though. You girls are great, and guys. my channel's started to grow pretty quickly. It's weird. You get over 1,000 and it's like, whoa. I mean, admittedly, I've done a couple of videos that might have brought people to my channel who haven't even heard of me before. And I'd love to thank Mallory, Lovers Inc., and also Laura for giving me little shout-outs for the videos I made for them. It's just my thing. I just want to acknowledge the characters I've met on YouTube over the last 3.5 years and had a bit of fun with them. And Laura was really awesome the way she handled it. I cracked up when she was chatting about how all the Aussies are picking on us and stuff. She was so funny, and I'm glad that she got it. You know, I knew that she had a good sense of humour. And then Mallory, I didn't even expect her to see hers, the one that I did for her, and she did. And there's clearly some people from her channel that are coming across. So I wasn't planning on doing that, but I just think I've watched all these channels and creators, and there are some real characters out there. Yeah, but I'm Mallorized too. You've got pizza punished at nice. But I really just want to give people credit where it's due. And on my community page, feel free if you've got any suggestions of people you'd like me to do. You're probably getting the idea now. I'm writing each of them a letter, and I'm making it sort of either something that's topical or something about them that makes them different. So like Mallory loves her notes. That's why I went with the notebook thing. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to do them. And no, I don't think any of you will guess the next one. But if you've got any suggestions, do. I'm happy to watch channels and identify some things about them that make them unique and showcase them, because I just think we'll all end up discovering some new channels. We can promote channels that we like. You want some red wine, Grandma Ducky? Here you go, darling. It's a cheeky little South Australian red wine called Church Block. Hi, Sue-Me. How are you? I haven't seen you for a long time. Lovely of you to pop in, Groover. I'm just going to clean up a bit as we go. You guys have no idea. When I turn this camera off, the cleaning frenzy that follows and pulling all of my rig apart. But yeah, my next creator that I'm writing a letter to, I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's quite funny. But yeah, if there's any creators, and even creators, do I still do true crime? Yes, I'm going to start doing Smooth Criminal podcast episodes again as well. My Smooth Criminal podcast channel is a little teeny weeny one, but I'll be putting episodes up on both this channel and also directing people over to the other one as well. You'd clean? That's what my sister did last night. She wouldn't let me clean up. She, bless her, did all the cleaning, which was very nice of her. I did cook her an amazing dinner though, so, you know, I earned it. Oh, yes, these choppies are coming along nicely. Okay, so the next thing, we've got our coriander. I'm going to put that in a little bowl. Get that out of the way. Like even my dining room table's got dishes on it. It's kind of fun though. You love true crime, Grandma Ducky? Awesome. Yeah, well, I've got a funny little podcast. It's called Smooth Criminal Podcast. And I research the funniest crimes committed around the world, but I pick a theme each week. So like there's been an episode on crimes committed with dildos. There's been, and believe me, they're funny ones. They're not horrible. Planes, drink driving, all sorts of stuff, like people drink driving lawnmowers, clothing, all kinds of weird stuff. Just by the way, just smelling my hands right now, they smell like that spice mix and lemon juice. There's no garlic on them at all. Mods drop, smooth link. So, no, I like it. Be bossy. Be bossy. You tell them, Blue. You tell them. This is our community. Everyone gets a say. All right, now the carrots have cooled down a little bit. Can you see the carrots with the beautiful bits of lemon zest scattered around on top? How pretty. How pretty does that look? But they've cooled down a little bit. So I'm now going to sprinkle through, not all of the coriander I just chopped up, but some of it. And I'm really big on Middle Eastern food because they eat like banquets. They spread everything out over the table and you can help yourself. So I would actually serve that up on the table in the pan as it is with the tongs. We should actually check the seasoning. So I am going to just pluck a carrot out without wrecking the display. I mean, you could move that out of the pan and put it in a nice serving dish. But I love saucepans and pots and stuff, and this is kind of sexy, right? Okay. I don't think it needs any seasoning at all. I think it's, oh, the chili. Oh, my God. Oh, this is so good. There's more lemon zest too. Oh, my God, this is so good, guys. I'm giving this a 5 million out of 10. Yum. Fuck me dead. These are the best carrots I've ever had in my life. They're crunchy, but the flavors come through, and then the little chili kick, the lemon, the coriander, all the bits and pieces, the vinegar. Like, it's amazing. This is amazing. Yum. I can't wait to plate up for you. I'm really bad at plating up, guys. I'm trying to be a master cheffer. I'm going to try and be a fancy pants master chef for you groovers. Let me go and get my cutlery. Holy shit, guys, that is so yummy. Yeah, so tell me about the pizza. You're salivating bad? Me too. Tell us about the pizza punish, Dad. What are you having? Fuck me dead is an Australian. Well, it will look like a fancy. This was so easy, though. So, I mean, you could make up the spice mix and keep that in a jar. You can make up spice mixes. That's why I want to show you guys how to make rar el hanout. And all of the spices that have gone in this dish are pretty similar to what goes in rar el hanout, which I love. I've made 2 different recipes. One had 15 spices. Another one had 23. I found a recipe today that had 50. But I also found a recipe that only had 8 spices. But you can mix them up. You get about 3 tablespoons worth, and in a little jar like this. This is probably a bit bigger than you'd need, but you can keep them in a jar like that for up to a month. And it's a great thing to do if you've got shitloads of spices in your cabinet, in your pantry, your spice rack. Get them all out and make these beautiful spice blends. And rar el hanout, honestly, it'll make your entire house smell unbelievable. I've got a dish that I do, and I use like the cheapest, nastiest lamb loin, like the ones that your dads used to put on the barbie, awful. And it slow cooks with this rar el hanout, and the house just smells to die for, and it makes the meat really tender. And so you can get the cheapest cut of lamb, and it really tenderizes. It's unbelievable. The veggie leftover, I'm really fussy with veggie leftovers. I prefer to eat everything when they're only 1 day old, like by tomorrow, but I'm getting better at it now. I can do maybe 3 days, like the day I cook and then 2 days. But I've got friends that'll eat a curry that's been in the fridge for a week, whereas I won't. if it's getting to the 3-day mark and I'm not going to eat it, I'll freeze it, or I'll reincorporate it into something else that I'm cooking. I wish I had Australian friends here. I need crazy swearing and hand talking. I think, Verika, have you mentioned that before, that I talk a lot with my hands? Tori makes food sounds. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. That's a massive compliment. I'll show you a photo of what I made my sister last night. I've made this recipe so many times. It's an absolute winner. And some nights you just want something hearty and yummy. But this cook or the other one. So this is an Australian cook, Valley Little. She unfortunately died a few years ago, but she used to write for an Australian magazine called Delicious. No, I think it's the other book. And I love Valley Little. I might do her book, one of her books next, actually. Because hers are sort of more like, but this is the pie, the Moroccan cottage pie I made my sister last night, and it looked exactly like that. Exactly like that. So yummy. So this was a Moroccan cottage pie that I've been making for quite a few years now, and it is so yum. So yum. I'll teach you guys how to make that one night too, because it's really easy. And vegetarians, just don't watch that night. Now, I know that I am doing lamb loin chops with the dinner tonight, and I know I put hashtag vegetarian, but the carrots out of Yotam's book are vegetarian. Yeah, Delicious is a great magazine. Melmo, I can't do recipes. I'm a brain chef. I'm a brain chef too, but I've got all these cookbooks, and I want to cook from cover to cover and have some fun and learn some new things. Like now that I've made these carrots, I'll remember it and I'll make it from my head. Groovers. I just call people groovers. It makes people smile. I don't know. I've done it ever since I've been on YouTube. I've done it long before I came to YouTube. I love the 60s. I was born in the 60s, and I just love calling people groovers. It just means funky, cool-ass peeps, like Blue said. If I cooked like that, I'd be 300 pounds. If you cooked like what? Like I am. Well, I'm not eating all of those carrots. I'm not exactly svelte, so... You love being a groover. But I do love eating fresh, seasonal produce, locally grown produce. And when you live on a little island, that's very much the diet that you have. We can buy imported fruits and all sorts of things here, but everyone generally tries to stick to local and seasonal. I just feel like having a pineapple or something. Splash out. Oh, hey guys, is it true there's a bit of a debate happening on YouTube at the moment that Wendy owns the word weird? I just want to know, is it yay or nay? Because if she's claiming it's her word, I've got a video I'm making for her. Stick to wine, exactly. Don't worry about the fancy pants meal, just stick to wine. Oh, carrots are a big no. Yeah, look, when I did keto, I miss carrots so much. That's why I'm lashing out a bit right now. The chops are almost where I want them. I like the fat to be very rendered and crunchy. I'll eat it. If it's not, I won't. That poem when I was a kid, you know, Jack Sprat could eat no fat. I used to go, what's wrong with Jack Sprat? I'm Jack Sprat. I can't eat fat. It makes me gag. How can you own a word? Wendy One. Apparently, because Laura keeps saying weird, which led to me doing the video for Laura with other words that meant weird. And I thought it was so funny that perplexed means weird. Well, you know, sort of surprised, perplexing, weird, out of the ordinary. But I heard someone, I mean, my sister was with me all day, so we didn't do a lot of YouTubing, but I thought I saw a title somewhere that said Wendy's claiming she owns the word weird. It's her thing. Like me saying groover. She's claiming saying weird is her thing. Can anyone vouch for that? Your nails look Easter. What do you got on there? Carrots are very good for your immune system and anti-cancer, but the fibre does mean things. Oh, sorry to hear that. There's no fibre in the carrots here. They're velvety. Hey, Plumey. You love carrots. I do too. I love carrot soup too. Way better than pumpkin. And I love pumpkin soup, but carrot soup is next level amazing. Hey, Michelle P. No, you don't even know Gang. You stole that. Punny said you're hilarious. I love you hanging out with all of us. But vouch for Wendy. Well, no, nobody has to vouch for her. I just heard that she was claiming that was her word. And it's like, no. So, yeah, I'm in the process of making a video, but I don't want to put it up if I'm going to end up in some kind of drama. So if someone can vouch, yeah, raw carrots are lovely too. Oh, you think there's no fibre? No, I know there's fibre in carrots. I was going down the fibrous road, not the fibre road. In Steph's live, they pulled up a candle website. There's word for word Laura's the other. No, Veruca. No, I know the answer to that. I'm defending Laura. She and shitloads of other candle companies use the exact same wording because it is the wording from the website where they buy the scents, who have written these amazing spiels about what the fragrance smells like, and they're allowed, the candle makers are allowed to use that description. So, Steph, do your homework, because I think Laura has explained that more than once already. It's the oils, the oils, the scents that she uses and who she orders from. It's their description that she uses. And if you look at other candle makers who use the same brand of oils, they use the same wording. So, yeah, I'll stick up for Laura when I know the truth. And that's the truth with that one. Like, do your research. I always thought you got groovers from that 80s movie. No, I've just always called people groovers. My 40th birthday was a 60s themed. I always wear like knee-high boots and little A-line dresses. Well, not always, but a lot. Laura's right here. Is Laura here? Where's Laura? Laura is right here. Is she? Laura? I can't see her in StreamYard. Hi, Laura. Congratulations on your 10,000. That is an amazing achievement. Well deserved. Is Laura really here? Because if she... G'day, Laura. It's Sunday night in Australia. I'm cooking lamb chops and some carrots. Or do you mean Laura is correct? Laura is right here. I think he means Laura is right. Fran, she, he, I don't know. Laura is correct. Yeah, she is. I know that she is because she's had to address that before. And don't quote me, but Steph has come into the community quite late, and the times that I have heard her talking about stuff that she knows nothing about, I don't know. She's probably a lovely girl, but kind of worth maybe settling in, checking things out and learning stuff before you get vocal about it. That's just, I felt the same way when Fod appeared on the scene. Fod was very opinionated about a lot of stuff, and it's like, you don't actually know the history of all of these channels and creators, so learn it first. Oh, these are almost done, guys. And they smell amazing. No, Laura's not a he, Blue. Mel put a he after Francesca's comment. She mostly drinks wine. Yeah, I do. I'm loving it. I can drink red wine again and it doesn't make me feel sick, and I'm treating myself to a glass on a Sunday night. I might be cheeky and have a second one. Do you know what? The Wendy claiming weird is her word is so weird to me. Pun intended. Well, it was actually unintended, but after I said it, I was like, Tori, that was genius. But Critical K goes on and on and on about how she gave J is for Justice the name J. And she's like, that's not her name, it's mine. I gave that to her. She's never been J. I'm J when I'm gaming. It's like, but you don't owe the word J, or, I mean, the letter J, when you say J, it's J, or the name J. Like, you don't own that. Like, okay, you might be J in gaming, and she's not. She's Jariel or something, but they all call her J. But you don't own that word. There've been people around called J for a long time. What is it with these creators? I mean, if someone else started saying groovers, I'd be like, oh, that's so cute. It's taking off. The groover is spreading across the tubes. I'd be delighted. I mean, how do you get shitty about a word in the English language? I mean, there's blue jays, there's jaybirds, like, or weird. How do you get, because you say it a lot, you don't own it. And if people start using, and I'm sorry, but weird is probably the best word to describe 99% of what we see on YouTube. Am I right? Perplex QT, where did you come from? Congratulations. Laura's all woman. Where's she? Now I saw her, and now she's gone. She's got the same icon. I heard you mention my name. You got Grandma Ducky's icon. Mel, yes. Hang on, I'll send you a link. My chops are nearly ready. I don't want to burn them. Hang on. Laura, if that is you, congrats on your 10K. That's fucking awesome. Secondly, I was sticking up for you on using the descriptions of your scents, because I've heard you talk about that before, and I was told that, what is it, Mallory calls it tumbleweed, was saying that you're plagiarizing. But congrats on the 10K. That's fucking awesome, dolls. Well done. Well done, you. I can't remember how many subs you are when I first came to your channel, but I've had so many different channel names that, yeah, I honestly can't remember how many you had, but well done, girl. It's wicked. If it's not Laura, ignore everything I just said. All right. Chops are done. We're plating up. Where's Mel? I dropped her the link. I didn't think it was perplexed either. What's with your name? Fat ass. I think perplexed either. And I'll give you a bit of a... Oh, look at your pretty nails. Oh, they're like Easter eggs. It's okay, Plumey. I love that people were playing with me. They look like little pastel Easter eggs.
Yeah. We can thank my Mother's Day sponsor for that.
Well, they're beautiful. Thank you, Mother's Day sponsor. Have you got a plane or something flying over your house?
Yes.
Right.
They found me, finally.
Do you want to watch me plate up my dinner?
Okay, I can commentary that. Go for it.
Can you narrate it? Like...
Mm-hmm. Let me get my microphone nice and close so I can get right in there. She has the
mouse. That upset someone one day. They're like, what's that little red thing? I'm like, it's just a mouse. Christ, you curious fuckers. All right.
Welcome to the Shxtty Kxtty Kxtchen. She's holding a tub of natural yogurt by the looks of it. Greek-style yogurt. That's right. She's going to do stuff with that.
Plug the brand and the state.
Tasmania's West Haven.
Thank you.
Nice.
Nice. It's nice.
Emily, as if I'd get to 10K. Oh, God, I love you, Emily.
Hey, Emily, how are you, gorgeous?
She's now opening the yogurt. She has a crisp white plate. What the fuck is that?
That's my spring whisk.
That's a spring whisk, everybody.
But I'm not springing this because it'll go everywhere, but I'm just using it to mix up. You know how the yogurt gets a bit of water on top?
Also good when you have the infection downstairs to insert the yogurt.
Dip a tampon in it and chuck it up your clacker. Ignore that, punish dad.
Could come in handy one day, punish dad. You never know.
It could.
It's sort of like a honey thing. Oh, you just use that to stir it. I thought you were going to do some... Okay.
No,
She's
just
got the hands going.
You know how they split a little.
Mm.
All right.
Now we have a large spoon.
This is me plating up on MasterChef, all right?
Don't forget... Don't forget to do that thing where you drag the spoon around. The plate.
I'm not dragging this. No, there's no dragging tonight.
You have to make the pointy end.
All right.
Fucking fantastic.
You liking?
Yes. Looks like a giant sperm.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Right.
That's one chop. Don't worry, the lamb is just limping a little bit. It's fine. Chop number 2 looks very crispy. Well cooked, Tori.
Thank you.
Now the piece de resistance. The carrots. Beautiful. Look at the colours. They're glistening in the light. They're just like, eat me.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, she's inserted the last one.
No, I'm actually going to make it a 3D.
Aren't you glad now that you put that yogurt around the plate because that just added extra lube to slide that mofo in? Beautiful. Beautiful. Astounding. Fantastic. The neighbours even love it.
Keeping it narrating.
And now she's sprinkling. Is that coriander?
That was fresh coriander, yes.
Fresh coriander, guys.
Now, welcome to the Sergeant Peppermill. Sergeant Peppermill's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
But
Ooh,
Sergeant Peppermills. See?
Why has he got a man bun?
He's a peppermill.
Okay. Man bun sprinkling. Get that in your gob.
Stole pig.
Oh, now I'm getting moist. She's putting the salt on.
Now, he recommends chilled salt. I've never heard of that before.
What?
He recommends chilled salt.
Never heard of that. Get into that. Get into it. Close up.
The money shot.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at how it's just gently soaking into the yogurt. Like just not soaking, just sitting on the top. It's beautiful.
Pretty.
Stop it. I'm getting Chinese tonight. I don't want carrots. Okay. And she's about to cut into it. She's cutting into it. Look how effortlessly that was. She's going to get a bit of carrot to go with. Yep, on top. And she fucked it. She fucked it. Now she's eating off the fucking table. This show has just gone downhill.
I'm being the judge. I'm being George.
Just use your freaking hands now, Tori. There's no going back.
Oh my God, it's so good. All right. Bit of yogurt. Here we go. All right.
Oh, take my ring and put it on your finger, bitch. Just take them both. Take them. Will you marry me?
Oh my God, Mel.
Here's another one. Look, take all of them. Just fucking take my gold.
Give it me. Mel, oh my God. When we end up in the same dwelling together, this is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just talk to everyone while I eat? There's no way I can stop eating this. It's so good.
Okay, anyone who's just come in, welcome to the Shxtty Kxtty Kxtchen. You're with Tori right now and sidekick Mel Mel. She's just taking some bites of the beautiful carrots with the coriander, the something yogurt. Can't remember the name now. West Haven. And she's got a splash of red to
wash it all down.
Later. Yep.
Oh my God, I swear to God, guys. That was so easy. When I go live and cook, like I've been live for an hour and a half, but realistically, you could have knocked this whole meal over in 40 minutes max. They are the best carrots I have ever eaten in my life. They are so yummy. All of the spices, the green chili, the bits of lemon, the yogurt, all the spice mix. Like, honestly, they are absolute food porn.
She's going in again. Third bite. Let's see.
Just a carrot. That was just a carrot.
Just a carrot, people. Nothing to see here. No lamb. Just a bit of carrot. Oh, she's going in for the gobby shot. Beautiful. Beautiful gobby shot there, and now she's licking the fingers.
Yeah, I am.
She just goes from highly professional to Mel's kitchen.
That girl is a pig pig. One of my favorite lines from an American movie ever, Animal House. That girl is a pig pig. Yeah.
Actually, sorry, Tori. Punished Dad, I am a master chef myself. Trust me when I say people come from near and far to eat my cuisine and always want my recipes.
Yeah, Mel and I both, one of our connect points was our love of cooking.
Was it? That's
yeah.
Okay, that's how we met. We met through food. Don't choke live, okay?
Oh, and the lamb is the little tails of the loin chops when they're cooked properly and they're crunchy. There's nothing more amazing.
No, I actually had lamb chops the other night because we eat a lot of lamb in this house. And, I'm really concerned because they're monitoring us so much these days that they now cut the fat, the good parts of the lamb chop off. Like we're all, in my Coles store. Yeah, they do. They do. They cut the fat part off.
Politically correct.
Yeah. It's
have you got a butcher near your house? Go to them.
Who can afford butchers, Tori? Jeez.
No, my butcher's no more expensive than the supermarket.
Oh, really?
And it's all local lamb and stuff. But lamb is very expensive these days. These 6 loin chops cost me. Oh, well, hang on. I did buy 650 grams of lamb mince as well, but it was $38.
Yeah, it costs me about 20 when they're on special to get nine chops, but they're not as fat and luscious as your chops, Tori.
No, these are the proper good old-fashioned fat still attached.
Oh, get in my mouth. Oh. Hey, Lovable Rogue 2. Lovable Rogue 2.
Hey, Lovable Rogue 2.
What did you do with number 1?
Number 1 left ages ago.
Oh.
I feel bad that I made it. What I'll do, hang on, you can just watch me cut up mouthfuls. Oh, wait. Don't show the laptop. Everyone will freak out. Don't show the tea towel. Everyone will freak out. I've got the goods. This is so good, Mel. Like, honestly,
I'm feeling it.
These are the best carrots I've ever eaten in my life, and I love carrots. And I probably put a few too many on the plate.
No, I always cook extra carrots when I do roast veggies because I know when I'm quality control testing, half of them will be gone. So I've got to make double just to make sure that they're, good.
For the family, I'm the same.
Most of the family.
And especially when it's baby carrots, because you can just pick them up and eat one in one hit. Meat is expensive in Australia.
Mm.
Lamb is great in the USA, but Australia, right? Australia grew up on the sheep's back. Like lamb is an Aussie tradition.
Yeah.
It's really disappointing how expensive it's become.
I know, and not to get political and stuff, but like you see how much money the farmers get for the actual freaking sheep, and then by the time it gets to market, it's just all bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, get that bit. I'm vicariously eating through you.
It's so good, but see, normally I cook and then everyone's watched me cooking and I don't get to eat it while it's warm, and so I've been a bit cheeky. I'm sorry, guys. I'll punish Dad says there's too many carrots on the plate.
Shut up, Dad.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so good. Thank you for indulging me and letting me eat my dinner while it's hot for a change.
Mm.
This is the reality of people going live and cooking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's not enough. I watched this mukbang lady called Hungry Fat Chick, and she does so many and like all she's had is like licked finger off a sauce off her finger. Like you're a much better mukbanger.
Oh, guys, the recipe for this dish is under my description for the carrots. Like, I know Ruth was saying she can't eat carrots, but if you can, honestly, give it a go. And although there are 3 green chilies in it, I actually think some kids would be okay with it. It's not over the top. Does Josh eat chili, Mel?
Josh doesn't even eat carrots. He doesn't eat it. The last time I saw him put a vegetable into his face hole was probably tomato sauce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ketchup.
He ate a piece of lettuce once about 3 years ago, and he liked it, but he wouldn't do it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His eating is like foods can't be on the same plate. You can't have like I make him garlic bread, but it can't have the parsley bits in it because it's something that's making his food look weird. It's all very much in the brain, and his brain tells him he can't.
Chicken. He likes his chicken.
Yeah, he likes crumbed chicken if I make that. But that even the bread crumbing, I have to be very sneaky about, the parsley flakes or something like that in that bread crumbing. I just tell him it's burnt bits now. It's just the oil, Josh. But when he was a baby, until he turned about 2, that kid used to eat everything. He would eat, canned peas. We'd have them with our roast, and he would eat a whole bowl of freaking canned peas. He would just eat them with his fingers. And roasted vegetables, stewed vegetables, everything. Everything.
And now he doesn't?
No, he hasn't. Probably from about the age 3.5, he just stopped.
Wow.
Yeah, friend, it's all fun.
Yeah, so how do you get nutrients into his body? To hide the herbs and stuff.
I make sure he eats one orange every day. At least that's got a bit of fiber and vitamin C. He has got vitamin chew things that he has as well sometimes.
Yeah.
When he's not dry reaching them with them. Yeah. It's just you just don't really. He does drink some juice. You pick your battles. He's still growing. He's growing like a freaking weed.
I suppose he gets potatoes. Does he eat fries?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
Right,
only McDonald's ones.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And they still grow even without all of that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look, one of my nieces grew up eating hot chips and gravy, and none of us thought she'd freaking make it, but she just would not eat anything else. Now she eats everything.
That was all she ate.
Yeah, she sort of did a Joshy reversal.
Wow.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, Fran, there's no point in forcing him. He's to the point now where he might have little tastes of things every now and then, but like you can't make shepherd's pie or something like that, for example, because that's just too many things all in one plate together.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like people that they'll have to have like a little bit of lamb. And if I had another veggie, they'll eat like a little bit of lamb, and then they'll have a potato, and they'll have some carrot. Whereas I like putting it all together.
Yeah, me too. I like to make the perfect bite, I call it.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
And I like saving my perfect bite, the most perfect bite, till the very end. And an ex of mine swooped on in and took my perfect bite off my plate and ate it in front of me. And I was like, this is not going to work.
Bitch. No.
Yeah. I was ropeable. I mean, he was a food aggressive already as it was. But then on top of that, he stole my favourite bite, my perfect bite.
Yeah, that would have done it for me too. Punish Dad, have you tried teaching how to cook? Yeah, he's not interested. He doesn't even want to touch. Like it's like I don't want to take over your stream.
No, I'm getting to eat my dinner. Why are you talking? Keep going.
Yeah.
But like if they're born strong, they are born strong.
I have to, even if I'm grating a carrot and I'm cooking his meal as well, I have to wash my hand. I mean, I'm a big hand washer anyway, but I have to wash my hands before I even touch his utensils, his plate, anything like that. But his immune system is shit at the moment, so I have to do something. No, he doesn't want to mix anything. Actually, he will make cakes. But that's about as far as it goes. Yeah, he's got sensory. He Punish Dad, he has autism, so if that explains it.
I like to roll all my food into balls.
Okay.
Sounds like your ex was in prison. He was, Veruca, weirdly. He was. After me, not before.
Did you get him put in jail for stealing your last bite?
I sure did. Don't mess with me. No, he fell off the rails after me, of course. Why wouldn't any decent human being no longer with me? But no, he ended up getting busted bringing drugs from the mainland back to Tassie on the Spirit of Tasmania. But the thing that cracked me up the most was they listed all of the drugs and he got caught with like heaps of ecstasy and stuff like that. But it had, like 1,800 ecstasy tablets.
Wow.
I don't know what the figures were. I'm just doing it for the point of the story. And then 1,200 acid tabs and.
All I was thinking is how big was his bunghole? Because that's a lot to shove up there.
No, he brought it over in a ute. He was in a ute on the Spirit of Tasmania. And then bags of cocaine, and then this huge list of all these different drugs, and then right at the very end it had one Viagra.
That's classic.
Yeah. Never
Oh,
knew it
God.
was me. But yeah, it made me laugh. All the things he got busted with, and the cops included one Viagra in the list.
They would have been pissing themselves laughing at that too.
Absolutely, we all were.
Did he ring you and say, I need to be bailed? No.
Fortunately for me, I was doing breakfast radio at the time. I would not have gone back to law to defend
God.
that.
Did you talk about it on the radio show?
No, because I think he got busted with the drugs after I'd left radio.
Oh, okay.
We broke up while I was still doing radio.
Oh, okay.
That was so good. That dinner was the bomb. I swear to God.
You look satisfied.
I'm very satisfied.
You've got an afterglow.
I feel like I have. And MasterChef doesn't start for another half an hour, or 40 minutes, so I've got time to clean up the kitchen.
Nice.
And guys, honestly, if you can eat, I punish Dad. I'm not one to say no to drugs. Look, I grew up in the electronic dance music scene. Just read between the lines. So yeah, I don't know judgy, but when it comes to an asshole stalker ex who gets caught bringing drugs back into Tasmania, and all the drugs I didn't even bat an eyelash at any of the drugs on the list until I got to one Viagra, and then I rolled over and nearly died from laughing. It's a party if you have the little blue pills. I haven't had a partner who's needed them. Good night, Blue. Gotta go, babe. Oh, thank you for doing my link, Mel. Sweet dreams, Emily. Thank you, Emily, too, for your comment about my new Dear YouTube Characters series. I'm just having so much fun doing it. And like I said, if anyone's got an idea for someone that they would like to suggest, the only thing is they do need to have a bit of a sense of humour. That's the only and they've got to be characters. Like, if all they're known for is bitching on YouTube, me no wanty. I've just got to turn my thing off. I've got to get a toothpick. Hang on a sec. I'm going to be polite.
Oh, she's sparing us. I just applied coleslaw cream to the side of my face hole, but she's going to turn the camera off for a toothpick.
It could have been lip balm. We wouldn't have known until you told us.
I very rarely get things like that, but this one was just, I got this Coles stuff because it was cheap and it didn't work. As soon as I bought the proper chemist stuff, it started going away within hours. She did love her notebook video. What?
She did. Commented, Emily. Hang on, let me get it up on.
She did love her notebook video.
She commented. I couldn't believe it. Commented, Emily. She even. Should I play it?
Yeah, play it.
You used to flog your vids on your thing. I should promote myself a bit better. Yeah, she commented under it, and then she also promoted it on her community page, and I went over and had a little chat with her. But then she's also got quite a few supporters who are now coming over and chatting on my page, which is really lovely. I'm meeting all these cool people.
She commented on the video that I did of motherfucking Lynette trying to be her.
She's good value, and that's why I chose her. Yep.
She don't like me now, I don't think, because I hang out at Vinnie G's. So that was a very short-lived relationship.
We've got a bit of a history, but see, that's where I'm not getting involved in any of that kind of stuff, because I haven't really had, apart from time with Jay for Justice. And to be honest, I could even do a Dear Jay video and make it funny and nice, like easily. I don't have any, there's no sort of deep-seated ill will. I could actually come up with something, but I really want to do some other people within the kind of true crime drama community But the other side, like, yeah, I'm really struggling to think of anybody that I watch. Well, I don't watch them now. There were people that I used to, and they were real characters back in the day. But it's been a couple of years since I've seen that side to them. So
People change on here, and like you either keep yourself together and take breaks from having, midlife crises 5 times a year like I do, or you turn into a nasty fucker, and a lot of them just do that.
what's going to happen to me now that I've gone over 1,000?
You're a bitch now. That's the word on the streets. That's what happens when you get to 1,000, Tori. It happened to me, happened to you, happens to all of us. Ducky's a bitch. Yeah. We're all bitches.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bitch. But I really do want to, yeah, it's all characters. So they just have to be a memorable character. Like, even if it's not somebody that I've watched before, you're having a fag.
Isn't it funny? I turned my screen off to have a smoke, but there's Lynette having a smoke.
Well, let me put the Mallory thing up. Although people in my chat have probably already seen it, right?
I think she's funny, and I think she, it's just I listen to a lot of people going off about a lot of different people in different channels. I lurk a lot. It doesn't mean that I agree with everything that they say, Like, I like who I like.
And there's nobody in my real life that I agree with everything they say either. Like, that's the beauty of us all being different, unique human beings. But I've always been able to see the good in people. I think being a criminal defence barrister, for me to actually have a good relationship with my client and get decent instructions, it helped to have a really good relationship. So I've always been able to find, even in hardened criminals, something good where I've connected with them so I can represent them properly. Yeah. So I'd love to, I'm not saying that there's anyone on YouTube who's quite that bad, but I'd love to just showcase characters, even if they've lost their way a little bit. I'd like them to be reminded that they used to be fucking gold. And I've got one creator, I'm doing one like that for them. Yeah. And it might surprise people, but I'll play the Mallory one. Sorry, everyone's probably seen it though. I feel a bit vain doing this, but it was a lot of work.
What? It's your channel. Play what the fuck you want.
Okay. If you haven't seen it, enjoy. You may not know what the fuck it's about. If you have seen it, I hope you like it the second time around.
I freaking love that.
I couldn't believe I found this. This is a real notebook. Look how mother is spelled.
Yeah.
Blew me away. No. So there's Laura. That was a Laura video kicking in next.
Whoops, I'm muted.
But yeah, I had fun. It was fun. It was nice to do it. And look, at the end of the day, there's nobody on YouTube that's ever going to make people happy 100% of the time. But you've got to acknowledge the humour. I mean, her humour is sensational. And Makeup Lobster kills me. And Diane Pigeon. And I had so much fun. They were all genuine notebooks. I could not, but I nearly had to go to the loo 3 times in a row when I found the notebook that had the horse on it called Wendy.
Hey, Tori, do you like my pic?
What's going on there, Froggy?
I'm a broccoli.
Oh, you are too. That's one of those filters when you FaceTime people.
Snapchat,
nice. You are a beautiful broccoli, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise, Mel. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Well done.
I'm pissing off because it's Mother's Day and I'm sure someone wants to look at me and say clean something.
I thought the rule on Mother's Day, because it was in my house growing up with my mum, that she didn't lift a fucking finger all day. We did everything for her. Everything.
I'll be sure to report that back to the family.
Well, Mel, to you, you're a fabulous mother and an amazing grandmother. And I just want to say happy Mother's and Grandmother's Day to you, gorgeous.
And you are one of the best floofy, fluffy owners I've ever met. Cheers.
Thank you. And happy Mother's Day to everyone in chat. Happy Father's Day too. Like, fuck it, being a parent's tough. And I hope you've all had a fabulous weekend, although it's winding up to a close now here in Australia, so it's almost time to tune into MasterChef. Go Scott. But yeah, look, for someone that didn't have kids and doesn't have a mum anymore, Mother's Day can be very tricky for me. But my sister stayed the night. We had things today that we ate all the things that my mum loved. We drank things that my mum drank, and we had lots of laughs remembering her. And my sister is now spending the night with her gorgeous children. But yeah, think of the people that didn't have or don't have mums too, because it's kind of a shitty day for us. But it's not shitty. It's just I'm just glad there won't be any more Mother's Day commercials as of tonight. They're gone for another year.
And much love to Mem's boy. Yeah. And happy Mother's Day to Mem.
Absolutely. His first Mother's Day without his mum. Happy Mother's Day to beautiful being there. Mm-hmm. Wherever she is she still in your shower?
She's in my bathroom right now. She's living her best life in my bath. She's using up all of my soap. And I swear to God, she keeps changing the freaking taps while I'm in there. It's hot one second, it's cold the next. It's like, are you serious? I'm staring at the taps and they're not moving. And I'm like,
I've got a shiny forehead again. I'm reminded why Grey Hughes wears visors, so you don't see a shiny forehead. But I don't own a visor. But yeah, cheers to all the mums that are gone and their children who are spending their first. In fact, there was a beautiful girl in our community down here where I live who sadly died on Thursday, and her 7-year-old and 10-year-old twins are having their first Mother's Day without her. Fuck cancer. That's all I got to say. Guys, thank you to everyone that came in and hung out. Punish Dad, it's lovely seeing you engaging with everyone in chat and having fun. Like, you just added a new element. Well, not new, you've been around for a while, but I don't know how you found me, but please keep coming back. We love having you here. Thank you to anyone who watches the replay. And seriously, guys, if you want a really beautiful carrot recipe, that one is an absolute fucking winner. What did I give it? 5 million out of 10?
You did. I'm pretty sure it was an illegitimate score, but we're going with it anyway.
Being there, if you are in Mel's bathroom, considering it's Mother's Day and Mel shouldn't have to lift a finger, maybe help her wax her bikini line.
Oh, God. We do talk about doing that, but...
And Deb, a real life mate of mine, thanks for coming in and hanging out with everyone as well. I know that Deb's enjoying our community. We've got a great community on this channel. But yeah, to everyone, have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy your Mother's Days if they're about to start. And thank you, Mel, for jumping up too. I love having you up on panel. I miss you, girl, on the YouTubes.
Apparently, I'm a panel whore, and I disrupt chats.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you're always welcome to do both of those things on my channel and more.
Yes.
Love you,
It
girl.
was just for my nails, like.
So cute. They remind me of pastel Easter eggs that we used to paint and put out in the
I
garden.
know, that's what I said.
Daryl Lee do a bag of pastel Easter eggs that look exactly like them.
I'm late, but better late than never.
I still, just so you know too, my Mother's Day fairy, Sunny bought me 1.5 tyres for my car.
Okay, well, Mother's Day fairy got me nail polish, a nightie, a bra, 2 pairs of socks.
Things have been hanging out for a while.
Under, except for these. She did it on a budget and she did it well.
Wicked. And I agree with Punish Dad. YouTube live chats exist to be disrupted. And the thing I love about our community is whenever there's anyone that's got something going on, everyone wants to know and look out for you and give you lots of love. So it is fun having us both up here, Francis. So I love having Mel up with me. Thank you for narrating my plating up too and for getting me to do that yogurt sperm. I think
I really think that nailed the dish. It certainly helped with the insertion of the final carrot.
It lubed the plate up beautifully. It was definitely the hero of the dish.
I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to see you going trying to get that carrot under the other ones. It wouldn't have been pretty.
Slid in like it should have been there from the start.
Like a home base. Yep.
Punish Dad for Mama Tree. Thanks everyone. This was heaps of fun. Oh, we've just got to wait. We can't leave yet because we want to know what sort of tree Punish Dad got his mum.
A Christmas one?
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas. He doesn't remember.
No.
Well, on that note, be safe. Stay
probably
groovy.
Marijuana.
Eat carrots if you can. If you can't, sorry, they're really good. And
fourth base cooking with Tori.
hello, can you go?
All right, I'm out. See you guys.
Love you guys. Stay groovy, everyone. See you all again very, very soon. Bye. Bye, everyone. Give your mums a hug or a blow them a kiss or call them, whatever, if you've got them. And if you haven't, raise a glass to them and thank them for giving birth to you. And on that note, I'm out of here.